And then I'm afraid we are running out of time. I don't know, I'm not counting. There is probably no point at which the cultural value of art is brought to more clearly into public view than when art creates a scandal. So, what is your opinion about scandals in the art? Would you agree with that statement?
Yes and no. The thing is that I view art, I have a very different definition of art.
Which is?
I don't think art is a separate thing that then you use to comment on the general thing, but art is a part of life. That's why in most African languages there's no word for art. Not because art is not there, but it's because it's an organic part of your being. So it's not a special thing per se, you know. So with that definition of art, I don't know, it would make this a funny, but even if we say yes, art must create scandal, still, in which context, in whose newspaper, and which narrative would it be aiding? So it's a contested terrain, really.
What is your solution to talking about who gets to see things when you started talking about specific works are put in a gallery, like the Spear painting was put in a gallery and that's essentially inaccessible to the people who often need to see it. And your solution to, in terms of theatre or performative art, was to go out to the people. What would your solution be to the visual arts?
That could be the same. You can hang...
Put them there in the taxi rank.
Painting.
I think that the artist must start following people instead of people following the artist.
Right.
Unlike performing artists like music, they have an access, they don't have to be there. You can listen to the song and get the message. But with something visual, there needs to be more public art confronting people within their public spaces. And
so the solution would be like murals.
Yeah, and also taking actual works, because now I challenged an artist friend to do a taxi rank exhibition, and he was like, "Oh, my work, it's gonna get messed up." So I said, so use different materials and maybe make smaller pieces that people can actually buy.
And the objectification of art, like it's so adored as an object and as a material instead of the concept and the idea behind it. It's ridiculous.
It's because he's working in the normal art frame of we must use such materials and go. But either we bus people, children especially, like a regular program of kids coming to the gallery, or we free the arts and let them come outside, you know, a road show of those things. And even it doesn't have to be, you don't have to touch the work. You can put a big screen and do a slideshow. Just to, there's those community taxi TVs now. You can do music videos of artworks while people are sitting there in the taxi. So there's the same way these pirated movies are getting out there in a taxi rank. We can use those ways, and it's hard to find that not happening when artists themselves are the ones who are using those taxis, you know, to go to the gallery spaces and then complain in the taxi that you know, they only show this work at such and such gallery. Obviously we can't afford to run our own galleries, but we have to be more, what's the word?
Open-minded?
Innovative.
Yeah, innovative. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking in 3 languages in my head. I'm having to crisscross a lot.
I'm just thinking, you'll be able to talk at the end, yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe we can move on because there's 2 other presentations.
Okay.
One other?
Was there only
That's
one?
why I allowed
Okay, that's
myself,
all right.
because there is
But
one
maybe
other.
we can have a joint discussion at the
Actually,
end.
I
and
would
come
love
back at the end,
if there would be questions.
Unless
So
it's something really urgent, somebody wants
just
to ask.
to end with the quote that relates to what you were saying before about the separation of arts and life. It's from another field of urban design, but I think it's very relative. The right to the city is far more than the individual liberty to access urban resources. It is the right to change ourselves by changing the city. the freedom to make and remake our cities and ourselves is one of the most precious yet most neglected of human rights, which for me actually it just says like whoever you are and whatever your form of action is, you need to claim your right for your public sphere, your society, your city, your taxi rank, and you don't need like a certain title or a certain brush to do it. That's like my take on it. So questions?
Yeah.
You want them now?
No, I think we should move on to the next, and then we have a joint. We have everybody together.
Cool.
Questions. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.